MIA gamer. Yeah. Well, not really, but I like the game. I like I got a little game station. Got the Switch Mini, and I know about Switch. I didn't really care about setting that up to the big TV and then playing on the TV. I just like having my own thing. You know, but heavily with consoles, I would play the original PlayStation, PlayStation 2. I was really into PlayStation. Then later, years later, when the Xbox 360 came, I wanted the Xbox 360 because there was a particular game I wanted to play, and that was Bioshock. Bioshock, hands down, one of the probably the greatest game of all time, at least for me, my personal taste. Greatest game of all time with storytelling. The trilogy, I just love every single game, even though I think maybe the second game might be the best for me. I just love there's a particular ending that I really loved. And it's the ending where Delta sacrifices himself by not allowing Eleanor to fall into the same route that he's going to. Because almost every other ending, uh, Eleanor absorbs Delta into him, and it's either it could get darker or it could get more heartwarming and happy. But I kind of like the other one where he doesn't and kind of allows her to kind of be her own person, but it still ends kind of darkly but happy at the same time. So there's like a balance. It just tonally, it just felt right with the game. It's just how the game was. Um, so it'd be the second Bioshock, the first one, and the third one. Which I like the third one, but I could see that one be divisive. Like I really love the ending of the of third Bioshock. It's been like 13 years since they crafted a game, and honestly, I don't know if I could ever see them doing another one. But they say they're trying to come up with a fourth game, and well, let's see what they do with it. Um, it's because it's been 12 years, at least 12 years since the last game. Luckily, I had the honor to play the side games that they've allowed. That's already unlockable as play on the free on the Bioshock Remaster, and I got it on the Switch Mini. And that's really the only game I'm ready to play. There's other games I have on the Switch Mini, such as like Doom, um, that that came out, and I have not beat it. Actually, there's most games I've played I haven't beat, even Crash Bandicoot. Um, yeah, I'm not an expert gamer, but I like to play it. You And then one of my second favorite games is probably Sly Cooper 2 on her Band of Thieves. Uh, Probably my favorite fighting game might be Tekken or Soul Calibur 2. Probably have to be Tekken. And I have to say probably an underrated fighting game or a boxing game I would say is the Contender 2 and then Virtual Fighter 4. But as the years go by, like literally after within the 360, man, and I get it, it's a way for them to make more money as technology advances. Because you got to find a way to make more money in unique ways. Just how our current economy is slowly transitioning into newer ways to make money. And to me, I got to do a better job recognizing that. Uh, yeah, I got to do a better job recognizing that. Because if I knew back in the day you could make money by being a gamer, even though it wasn't a, if you had an audience, man, damn, that would have been great. I'm sure everybody's like, dang, I wish I didn't own that, man. You know, I ain't expecting like a big old mansion. I'm just cool with a little small little house. But as time goes on and they start milking or they start pulling back uh, the bonus features, or they'll exclude special items of the games, and you have to purchase them. To me, that like microtransactions, that that turned me out, because back in the day when you just play the games, they'll have you do some sort of specific kind of task to unlock a certain level or a certain thing to move on into the game, and that's a challenge, and that's challenging. Some of these games are challenging. Like, there is a special level in iNinja. And I remember when I had it, I was never I was able to complete the full story, but I was never able to complete the game 100%, because there's like you have to collect all the tokens, and then there's a certain special kind of level you had to unlock. But I heard that level was extremely hard, and video games really challenge your response time, your my brother was telling me this, your way to critical thinking, and your reflexes. You see these gamers like from like Call of Duty, like online, they shoot like fast, and like they react fast, man, sharp. It really exercises your mind. But for me, what turned it out was the microtransactions, and then constantly getting the newer software, and I wish I wish we really didn't trade in all our games and systems and stuff. Like, really. Well, I mean, I got something now that where I'm able to play quite a bit of retro old school games. I forgot what it's called. Retro box something. Where I can replay some of these older games. And some games I haven't had a chance to play from PlayStation, PlayStation 2, and such, and they work so far. They work pretty well. Not all of them works. Maybe I might list what the system is. I'm actually wouldn't mind getting another one. Because there's something about the older games. Well, yeah, you ain't got to pay. You ain't got to pay to unlock a new level or anything. All these other microtransactions. You just play the game to have fun, and then you get stuck out of the game. Well, that's on you. Which I'm currently stuck on this military game called Black. It's actually pretty cool. Uh, I'm currently stuck on it. I'm also stuck on replaying Nine Ninja again, even though there's little glitches there. But luckily, I can still work it. And fortunately, I can't play the N64 games. Right. I mean, I could play it, but then it's pretty difficult to exit out of the game for whatever reason. And then there's other games that I don't know. I guess they require more RAM or something. I'm not a techie, which I feel like in this day and age, you probably better be a techie because, well, be your own freelance techie. But every time those microtransactions just come in, man, it just ruined the fun out of game, and like it just did. Especially, I ain't trying to pay extra just to enjoy a game. I mean, especially if the games are short. I was extremely disappointed, and this wasn't a microtransaction game unless there's something that was offered uh, back in the day. I wasn't worried about it. It was Ed, Edd n Eddy, the Miss Ed Adventures. Who remembers that game? It was a fun game. I actually liked the graphics and all that. The game was short. I literally beat the game within 5 hours. I got it on Christmas Day, and I beat that game within the day of. And I was mad. I was mad. I was really mad knowing that. Man, I beat that game within that day. I just replayed the levels, and literally within after 5 days of playing the game, I was like, I was hoping to be as long as Sly Cooper too, man. Like, Sly Cooper is one of the best video games I've ever played. Even three. I haven't not. I played the first one a little bit on a tablet, and I would love to play the first game all the way through. There's something about going back to these older games, man. They just, I mean, besides the nostalgic appeal, I mean, hell, if hopefully it works. I want to play Ratchet and Clank. I want to play. I have to look back at it, but there's yeah, I would like to play Medieval, and I know there's a remaster that came out a couple years ago. I would like to play the remaster, but I got the old one here. Now I'm curious about the remaster. I played the remaster, Destroy Humans, and it took me a while to beat it. Have not played the second one, which I'm cool with the remasters. Which that tells you all the remastered games, all the old school games are better. I mean, there are a few newer games I would like to play. I still want to play The Last of Us, even though that's not new. The Spider-Man games, but there's really not a lot of mainstream games I would like to play. There's like there's I mean, from what I've seen from YouTube channels like Switch Planet or any other game news that covers games that are on sale or anything, the independent games seem more interesting compared to the newer games. Like I would rather play an indie game, which you still have to buy, maybe like $10 a little bit more. But I just heard recently that PlayStation, their whole system crashed, and you purchase all your games digitally, and all those games are on a license fee. If that crashes, you lost all your games, which means you got to pay all of them again. I have a Steam account, but I don't have a strong enough software to run it. I did purchase the Crash Bandicoot game on that system. That was years ago. And well, if I saved enough money to get it, I mean, I would, you know, making more money is really challenging now these days, but you still got to do it. So I just got that new thing here, the retro, whatever that thing is called, the Super X something, you know. Also, Death Stranding. I would love to play Death Stranding, and I would love to purchase the A24 Death Stranding T-shirt. And I just heard that A24 is trying to get. I mean, well, I just haven't heard. I mean, I knew it for a while that they're considering about making a feature-length film. I'm curious how they're going to pull it off as either as a film or as a TV show. And I wonder which streaming platform is going to go. But yeah, man. I mean, from what I'm hearing from Gamer News, it seems like a lot of the new games, especially what game companies are trying to do, doesn't sound too appealing. Especially if it's a game that has the same. I mean, look, every game has some sort of similarity to a previous game that you played before, and I think it just amounts to the experience. I actually really like this game, and I think it's underrated. Uh, Turning Point: Fall of Liberty. I think it has a great story. It's a fun action game, World War II game. I think it would be a great as a movie or as a television series to really expand on those ideas. But it's a short game and it ends abruptly. I remember, damn. Oh, it's also one of my favorite games, and I wish they would actually do a remaster on it. Is the Xbox 360, the Saboteur, and damn, that's a game I wish I kept. I wish I kept that shit, man. That game was so cool, man. World War II, the whole game is in black and white, and every time you destroy a if I could say it. Um, the Third Reich um, post, it would turn color, and it would do that throughout the whole game. Be as you continue the levels and all that. Like that game was awesome. I miss playing that game. That game, I want that. I want a remaster of that shit. I want a remaster of that. I want a remaster of. I want them to bring back the Simpsons Hit and Run game, one of the greatest games of all time. There. Um, I don't really care much for the newer GTA that's coming out. Um, I did see something where now they have like this new virtual reality thing coming out where they got this little stand platform you stand on and you well Ready Player One is about to happen, man. It's happening. It's happening. So I'm also thinking at this point, maybe getting a console might not be worth it. I don't know. But getting a console's not on my priority. But yeah, man, I'm just picking with games nowadays, man. I mean, just like you know, like I would prefer to watch a gamer play their games, and then if I'm interested, I might go buy it and play it. It's like it's like you used to go to Blockbuster, you rent the movie. If you really like someone, you might just buy it. It's I think now it's really challenging to find a good game. Like I'm also replaying Toy Story 2, based off the movie, and that game is fun, man. Like 2 weeks ago, or like 2 or 3 weeks ago on a Sunday, play that in the morning, man. I'm on Al's Toy Barn level. I forgot how fun that game was, man. I'm just like in it. That was a cool game. That's probably one of my favorite N64 games. I had it on the N64. When we had an N64, we barely had like four games, but just favorite PlayStation at that time.